The Election Commission is fighting against time to finalize the vote count for last month's general elections and will announce the results today. Now, 36 out of 838 provinces have completed their vote count, except for Papua and Highland Papua.
Yes, the results of the vote count will cover all types of elections. Any objections raised by parties will be based on the decision made for legal disputes at the Constitutional Court, or locally known as MK. To delve more into the matter, we now have our political researcher Wasisto Jati from the National Research and Innovation Agency, or BRIN. So thank you for coming to the studio, Mas Wasisto. How are you today?
I'm fine. And you, Mas Acir, Bayani?
We're great as well, and we believe that you're following the moment of the official result.
Of course, yes. I always follow up the updated news about this.
About this, yeah, because today is the day for this. Yeah. So let's go to our first question for our conversation right now. So from the result of the 2024 vote tally, what made the Prabowo-Gibran pair lead officially in 36 provinces?
Well, I think there are several factors to mention why Gibran and Prabowo lead so far. The first one is the migration of Jokowi voters in previous election. We know that Pak Jokowi has highest approval rating and also has many huge number of volunteers that still remaining in public spaces. So these two factors enable Gibran and Prabowo to take a lead in almost 36 provinces in Indonesia. And one thing that I mention is we should aware of the cycle of leadership in Indonesia. So in my research, there are frequent cycles between civilian military in almost decades. So I think this should be preferences for almost voter Indonesia, that we need to change the leadership style to be more assertive, more tough, that maybe enable Indonesia to be a better condition in the next administration.
Why, Mas Wasisto, why the changing is become more to that side? I mean, we know that we're having the civilian leadership from Pak Joko Widodo, and we've got a lot of achievement for almost these 10 years.
Well, I think it also depends on the current geopolitical in global context. We already know that invasion and also uncertain condition on climate change, or maybe in overpopulation, that maybe need strong leadership to overcome these matters. So I think people come to mind that this is maybe feasible to have a strong leader that maybe have a military background to help the nation.
So we can say that you have the point of view that it's more to the global matters. So that's why Indonesians think that for the next leader we need to kind of the leader that more assertive and having a military background.
Yes. Yeah, because comparatively in other developing countries, Indonesia democracy always unstable between lean to idealistic position or maybe pragmatic position. So that's why in current case, maybe Indonesia also follow up this pattern, that maybe come to the military background that maybe below the leader. Because I also noticed that some countries also have this situation, especially in other developing countries. So I think this is a similar pattern among countries, especially in Asia and Africa.
Especially in Asia and Africa.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so can we talk about Anies and Muhaimin pair now? Okay. They have the most vote in Aceh, about 2.3, and also in West Sumatra with 1.7. In your opinion, what factors enabled the Anies and Muhaimin pair to win in Aceh and West Sumatra?
Well, I think there are historical factor and also political factor. Let's say in the first factor. We already know that Aceh and West Sumatra has strong tendency to be anti-central government in recent decade. So as we can see on the last previous election, PDIP and Pak Jokowi himself did not win over in these two regions. So that's why I would say this is anti-centric government that maybe are still remaining in this region. And also we also already noticed that this region also have a strong rebellious nature in the past. We also have PRRI and also GAM in Aceh. So I think this, what I say, ethno-nationalism factor still play a real role in shaping preferences among locals.
Among locals.
Yes.
In terms of West Sumatra, you've mentioned about maybe the story of PRRI, for example, or PRRI. So is it already in the past, actually? But you think it still has the influence until upcoming now?
Well, I think maybe not having a strong influence like as we did in the past. I think also blended with the Islamic factor that may be also more playing a role in these two regions. Because in the last two elections, the Islamic-based parties like PKS win in these two regions. So I think in addition to rebellious nature, also the strong Islamic preferences that may affect this region.
Right. So and it's as well applied for this general election, right?
Yes.
All right. So our next question is: with a significant victory in almost all provinces, so do you think other candidates will still file the complaints with the Constitutional Court or MK?
Well, I think it depends on the upcoming condition, because the KPU has finalized the recapitulation and still need time to finalize the number, and it also affects the strategy of the losing camp to renegotiate how they can appeal for the inquiries, and or maybe how they can ask for judicial things. And in fact, I think they will have more time to do so. I mean, they still need to have time to whether they want to stay in the same plan or maybe revise the plan, because people already know the numbers, people already know the winners. So I think it is challenging for the losing camp to appeal inquiries.
All right.
So, Mas Wasisto, we're going to talk another next question. But meanwhile, we are going to have a live report from General Commission from KPU. We are having our own reporter. So, yes, we're going to connect with our reporter because we now have the update from the general election. We have our team Maudi Kalisa and Oswald Nainggolan, who are at the election office building in Jakarta. Maudi, what do you have for us? What is the latest development on the ground?
Right, thank you. That's right. I'm currently at the General Election Commission office in central Jakarta, where they have completed the recapitulation of vote counts for 36 out of 38 provinces for the 2024 general election. And it is the data as per last night's plenary session, which finished a bit later and finished around 4:30 a.m. this morning. So today there are two remaining provinces to undergo the recapitulation process, where it was actually those two provinces was scheduled to be finished yesterday. But since the delay, the General Election Commission office is undergoing the recapitulation process for the two provinces today, namely for Papua and Mountainous Papua. So the vote counts, they actually have arrived at the office in central Jakarta, and currently they are conducting the recapitulation process for mountainous Papua. It was actually scheduled to start at 10 a.m., but it started way later. It started around half an hour ago for mountainous Papua province, and still to go for the Papua province. And to know more, here is a statement by the General Election Commission Commissioner Agus Melas.
Sampai saat ini tanggal 20 Maret ya 2024, KPU telah menyelesaikan rekapitulasi tingkat nasional untuk 36 provinsi dari 38. Nah, posisinya sekarang untuk Provinsi Papua dan Papua Pegunungan sudah ada di kantor KPU. Jadi sebentar lagi akan berlangsung satu panel, langsung dipimpin oleh Ketua KPU dan anggota KPU yang lain. Nah, setelah itu kami akan lihat pasca pleno selesai, pembacaan hasil dari pemilu tingkat provinsi selesai, dan kemudian kita tetapkan selanjutnya tentu kita akan melalui proses atau tahap berikutnya terkait dengan penetapan.
Right, so as it's discussed at the studio, the result for the recapitulation process so far is that 34 provinces is led by presidential candidate number 2, Prabowo Subianto and Gibran Rakabuming Raka, and the other 2 provinces were led by the candidate number 1, Anies Baswedan and Muhaimin Iskandar. And the result of the 2024 general election will be determined immediately after the recapitulation process is completed at the national level, which is targeted to finish tonight. Before midnight. So in terms of the security regulations around the area of the General Elections Commission, according to the Central Jakarta Police Chief, up to 3,500 security personnel are deployed to secure the area around the office as well as the General Election Commission's objects. And currently, the demonstration has started since around half an hour ago. The police chief also stated that thousands of people are expected to gather around the General Election Commission area to convey their aspiration. But it is quite unclear. It's a bit difficult to see how many people are out there because the area around the inner ring of the office is secured clear. We are having a road closure around the area of the office. So that's the updates that I can give you from the General Election Commission office. So currently they are conducting the recapitulation process for mountainous Papua, and we still have Papua province to go. Back to you at the studio.
All right, Mauri Kalisa and Oswald Nainggolan, thank you very much for your latest update, and we'll talk more about the topics still with our sources for today with Mas Wasisto. But for now, we're going for our quick break. But when we come back, we'll have the latest for this discussion, so please stay with us.